Bryce, there was a lot of conversation about the coverage on the touchdown right before halftime and the Bucs' decision to bring pressure. Like, in a situation like that, when you identify that the opportunity is theirs, can you just sort of like walk me through the process of like coming to the line of scrimmage and like figuring out, are they bringing pressure, are they dropping?
Yeah, just trying to decipher coverage. We had a one-on-one opportunity there, which is great. Obviously, I trust my guy in that situation. T-Mac did a great job, running a great route, going and making a big play before the half.
Surprised in that situation that opportunity was there.
I was just reacting, that's in Coach's DNA. We know that he's Coach Bowles. They mix that in, they sprinkle it in. It's part of what makes him so difficult to prepare for. So we have our antennas up, and then when the opportunity comes, we just want to take advantage of it.
Bryce, were you surprised when they announced Pro Bowls and Derrick Brown's name didn't get said?
Yeah, very, very. I think it's a shame. I think it's wrong. I'm not sure. Nothing against obviously the guys who got in. I haven't seen the list. Nothing against them, but DB's he's been balling all year. A huge part of us as a team. Our defense, he's a leader for us. I definitely feel like he deserves to be there. It's a shame.
Where would you say he made the biggest impact this year in coming back after being without him all last year? Where did you kind of recognize that the most this year?
It's hard to pinpoint one. Honestly, if there was one thing I had to say, it's just the presence. He's a guy that's vocal for us. He's a leader. He's having him in those huddles, having him in, when he makes a play. We all feel that. It's someone we can all lean on as a team. He's made a lot of really big plays and big moments. And even in the first down, the mundane stuff, he does so much that doesn't even show up on the stat sheet, and so much that does. So I think just the presence he brings, his leadership, we all rely on him. So he's a huge part for us.
On the other hand, JC gets rewarded. You and him did a lot of this throughout the spring. What's it like to see him get recognized?
Of course, it's that's my dog. It's great to see. He's been him all year. He's been the person that we all know he is. It's not a surprise, of course. It's in off-season stuff. Of course, we're always competing, and it makes us better being able to go up against a guy like that. But I'm super grateful he's on our side. He's the best in the business. So it's not a surprise at all. I'm super happy for him.
A lot of times those awards are tied to team success, right? Like it's tough to put a guy in the Pro Bowl when now that you are having team success, now that you are getting national attention, how could that potentially change things, and how much do you have to continue to focus in on the task at hand and not listen to the outside noise?
Yeah, that's not up for me to decide. Whatever the process is for all that, that's up for them. The good thing is, I'm all the people that are on the team, people who, JC, and then the guys who alternates and the guys that should have been, whatever it is. The good news, they're all focused on winning. That's all that we care about. All that stuff again is external. All the guys just want to come in and win. All the guys want to come in and go 1-0 this year. So for us in the building, we want to celebrate the guys that did get recognition, and then after that, we're all just focused on being the best we can as a team.
Bryce, it seems safe to say you're a person who values routine. Have you been able to put your finger on anything over the course of the last 10 weeks with the win a game, lose a game, win a game, lose a game?
No. Again, we try to go 1-0 every week, good or bad. We're not entitled to anything. We're not looking at try to look at patterns, try to look at whatever it is. Today we just wanted to capture this is our work Wednesday. We want to capture that as best as we can. We turn the page, again, good or bad. So for us, it was a good first step, but we have to continue to build on that throughout the week.
What's the key to getting it done this week and getting a win in back-to-back weeks?
Just execution. Again, I'm grateful for this team. There's no lack of focus, no lack of engagement. Everyone knows, it's the most important game of the year because it's the next one. So, again, it's just going to come down to executing on Sunday.
The other day, he didn't want to look at scoreboards with the Miami Bucs game going on at the same time. Do guys on the sideline notice that, like on the stadium ribbon boards and stuff?
If I'm being honest with you, this is my first time in this situation, so I'm not sure. But I know for me, for us, again, we have a ton of respect for the Seahawks, for our opponent. You know, we don't have that luxury. You know, it's can't look over our shoulders. We can't worry about what if. We have our hands full, making sure that we're the best we can be throughout the week, and obviously on Sunday being as locked in as possible. So I know all of our attention is going to be on the task at hand.
Of course, you're work all the time, but this week you do have a nice off day right in the middle for the holiday. What are you doing for the holidays, and how are you going to be able to like reset right after it?
Yeah, have some family in, which I'm grateful for, just hanging out, and then yeah, coming back and resetting. I think it's it'll be easy. You know, we'll come back, have the same schedule, same routine. Yeah, I'm super grateful for the holidays, and then it's what we get to do is a privilege. So when it's time to work, it's time to work.
Is there anything you point to or to look to change? I mean, it's been a win, a loss, a win, a loss. It's been that alternating thing. Is there anything you look to do differently when to kind of break that streak?
I'm like, he just asked that question, that's why. But yeah, just again, we're just one day at a time, being consistent, not entitled to anything good or bad. So we just want to capture the week.
So 12 of your 14 wins are all fourth quarter overtime victories. Is there one in particular? I mean, what goes through your mind in your tight situations? Where did I guess back to the Iron Bowl or something? Where did you first get that mentality to remain calm, cool, collective all through? When the game's on the line and you got to make plays.
I mean, I can't really pinpoint a time. It's something that I've always just tried to embrace. I've always been excited for. I've said it before. That's the reason you play sports. That's always been a fun scenario. You get to whatever with a game-winning drive. And throughout my life, I've been able to have different opportunities, and now I've been able to have those opportunities in the NFL. And I'm just blessed to have those chances. I'm grateful for those circumstances, and in the moment, have a lot of gratitude. And then obviously, it's just about focus and execution.
One in particular where you just sort of stands out. Something you did or just the way you let them down, a play you made that really kind of encapsulates what you are about?
No, not really. Sorry, boring answer. But in the same way, I'm really not a big look back and try to relive whatever. Again, I'm grateful for things. Try to look back so we can learn and grow, and then it's always on to the next. So just trying to go 1-0 this week.
When was the last time you were nervous, like in an end of game situation?
I feel like on the sideline I maybe get more anxious and nervous, more just wanting to get out there, more just like wanting for the drive to start. Probably in like that 2-minute timeout or however long. It's like, all right, let's. It's annoying to have to wait and annoying to have to like sit in that like, all right, you gotta. So I think if anything, I'm just more excited to get it going. Being able to go into the huddle with my guys, all of us, being able to, embrace times like that and go out and execute together. I think I more so than anything just look forward to those opportunities.
Or do you like to see more just victory formations?
I mean, of course, that's the best formation of football. You always want to see that.
Somebody that influenced you back on how to be in those situations that helped you through those moments?
Not really. Not in like a conceited way, but just again, I've always kind of just relied on my faith and relied on my teammates. Again, it's not like it's not tennis. It's not like it's just me out there. I play with my guys, all of us. The success that we've had, the stuff we've been able to put together, has not been just me. I'm super grateful for the play calls, for everyone around me. I know it's just me trying to do my job and execute. I have all the faith in the world in this locker room to go out in those moments, so I always just rely on the guys around me.
Dave has talked about these championship opportunities for weeks now, and I think to the outside observer, it's kind of like, oh, like these aren't technically, but how has that mindset prepared you for what is now like a winner go home championship opportunity?
Yeah, coach has done a great job preparing us. Just, nothing has to be different this week. Nothing has to be different moving forward. Coach talks about those all the time, and we accept those challenges. We embrace that. We take that to heart. So for us, he said it again this week, and for us, we know it's no different than when he said it earlier in week, whatever week it may be. We know that just means for us to be great about our process, to take it one day at a time. We know what that's like, and then we're excited for the challenge of being able to work to execute that.
Last one.
They saw Josh Allen throwing up on the sideline, and they asked him about it. He said, "Oh, I do it every game." Do you have anything like that maybe we don't see that's just kind of like part of your game day thing, whether it's nerves or just routine?
No, not really. Yeah, not really. I listen to some music and I have headphones on in the locker room. Nah, it's different. It'll depend on the day. But yeah, that's about it.
Thanks, Bryce.
Appreciate you guys.